Have you ever had your palm read? On one of the trips I took to Nepal, I had my palm read by a locally famous palmist named Lalji in Kathmandu. And let's just say, what he told me was unforgettable. I'll share that wild experience later in the video, but first let's take a look at the fascinating world of palmistry and what your hands might be revealing about you. Palmistry has been practiced for centuries, unlocking secrets about personality and fate. Whether you're a true believer or just in it for fun, getting your palm read can be an eye-opening experience, sometimes entertaining, sometimes downright mind-blowing. Have you ever wondered if your hands hold secrets about your personality and future? Palmistry is the ancient art of reading the lines, shapes, and features of your hands to uncover insights about your life path, emotions, and even destiny. Some see it as pure mysticism, while others use it as a tool for self-discovery. Either way, it's fascinating. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm an American expat. I make videos to share the adventurous life I've had in my travels and living overseas. And this is my YouTube channel, KateGypsy. Years ago, I embarked on an unforgettable adventure, the Langtang trek in the Himalayas. That journey was more than just breathtaking views. It was life-changing. And this week, I'm going to kick off a video series all about how trekking in the Himalayas challenged me, changed me, and left a lasting impact. Stay tuned because you won't want to miss these stories. Back to palm reading. Let's take a look at various ways you might encounter palm reading. It can be a social activity. Palm reading is a great way to spark conversations in a group of people at a party, a fair, or just hanging out with friends. Having someone read your palm can lead to laughter, surprises, and even deep discussions. It's a fun icebreaker, especially if you're meeting new people. Everyone loves hearing predictions or discovering more about their own personality, and even about the guests at the party. Comparing readings with others can make for some very lively interactions. And it can be a peek into your personality. Ever wondered what your hands might reveal about you? Palm reading isn't just about predicting the future. It's a fascinating tool for self-discovery and personal growth. By analyzing the lines, shapes, and markings on your hands, palmists can uncover insights about your personality, emotions, and even the challenges and strengths that shape your life. It can be a way to help you tap into your potential, make informed decisions, and navigate life's uncertainties with greater clarity. Think of it as a mirror reflecting your patterns, hidden influences, and untapped potential. Have you had your own palm reading? Ever wondered what your hands could tell you? Getting your palm read isn't just about fortune telling. It's an exciting dive into the mysteries of who you are. As the reader studies the lines on your palm, you can't help but wonder, will they reveal success, romance, an unexpected adventure? Even if you're a skeptic, there's something thrilling about having your life interpreted through the lines of your palm. It's like flipping through a book about yourself, one that you've never read before. It can be a glimpse into your future. Who doesn't love a sneak peek into what's coming next? Palmistry fans swear that the lines on your hand hold clues about upcoming events, career breakthroughs, unexpected travels, maybe even a shot at fame. Your fate line is said to map out your life's journey, while the sun line is linked to success and recognition. Sure, not everyone takes these predictions seriously, but let's be honest. Who wouldn't want a little insight into what might be ahead? And now, my eye-opening experience. Let me take you inside my unforgettable palm reading experience. I'd heard from a friend in Kathmandu that Lalji was the go-to palmist, so popular that getting an appointment was nearly impossible. Determined to see him, I had my friend book a session well in advance of my trip. When I finally arrived at Lalji's, the process was surprisingly simple. He asked me just 3 questions: my first name, my dominant hand, and my birthday. Then he took his time, studying both my hands in complete silence for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just as I was starting to wonder what he was seeing, he hit record on a small tape recorder, leaned back in his chair, closed his eyes, and spoke nonstop for 45 minutes. You probably want to know what he revealed. Did he predict my future? Well, you won't believe how he saw into my character. Lalji started by saying he'd reveal the qualities, characteristics, and tendencies of my temperament, how they've shaped my past, and how they'll influence my future. Sounds intriguing, right? Then he explained that my hands showed the different phases of my life, whether they were smooth sailing or full of challenges. But here's the thing, that felt pretty generic. I mean, doesn't everybody go through some ups and downs? At this point, I wasn't exactly convinced. Was this just a well-rehearsed routine, or was something deeper about to be revealed? Well, stick around, because things did end up taking an unexpected turn. At first, Lalji's reading seemed too general. Just the usual talk about life, phases, and whether they were easy or tough. Nothing groundbreaking, right? I was starting to think this was, well, just another generic palm reading. But then things shifted. He didn't just talk about events in my life, he described how I felt during those moments. And here's the crazy part. He talked about emotions I'd never shared with anyone, secrets I thought I had buried deep, yet somehow he was pinpointing them with accuracy. Sure, some of what he said about my teenage years could have applied to most people, but he didn't stay on the surface. He dug deeper, hitting on personal struggles and emotions I hadn't yet dealt with. I won't share the most personal revelations, but here are a couple that really stuck with me. At one point, Lalji said my hands revealed a tendency to turn inward, leaving me with an undercurrent of inner conflict and self-doubt. That hit hard. I had always felt that struggle, but kept it under wraps. I didn't. I was convinced no one else could see it. I had to agree with what he said. Then he pointed out my emotional softness that made it difficult for me to say no because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, even when it came at my own expense. And honestly, I couldn't argue with that either. To be honest, the complete reading shook me. How could he see so much about me just from my hands? things I had never spoken about. It was unsettling and, more importantly, validating at the same time. In some strange way, his reading helped me accept parts of myself. It was kind of like having therapy. Lalji just didn't give me a reading. He handed me a mirror for self-reflection. And trust me, I did reflect, but not immediately. This took time to sink in. Yes, I was almost speechless after my palm reading. When Lalji finally opened his eyes and asked if I had any questions, I sat there stunned. I was so overwhelmed that I could barely put my feelings into words. The only thing I managed to say was that he had given me unexpected insight. He showed me how I'd been resisting certain things in my life. And for the first time, I realized that maybe instead of fighting them, I could learn to use them to my advantage. Without saying much else, he simply stopped the recording, handed me the tape, and let me sit with everything I had just heard. And trust me, I needed time to process all of that. I was totally unnerved. After leaving Lalji's, I tried to go about my day like normal. I even stopped for a sandwich. But after just a couple of bites, I felt sick. My stomach turned and I couldn't eat. When I got back to the Kathmandu guest house, I crashed hard. I slept for 36 hours straight, only waking up a couple of times to go to the bathroom. That kind of exhaustion, I had never experienced it before or since, except after major surgery and radiation treatment for cancer. Lalji's reading had hit me that deep. Thankfully, I had the tape. I had the recording. I later transcribed it onto my computer. So now, whenever I feel lost or at odds with myself, I can go back and revisit his words. And let me tell you, I still do. Have you ever had your palm read? Or maybe a reading with tarot cards? How did you react? Did it give you something to think about? Please leave a comment below this video. And thanks for watching. Bye for now. Till next time.